Well, hey there, and welcome to this week's edition of Morning Brunch. I'm Caleb here with Kelly and Cameron and Lee, and we're talking about some of the things that have caught our eye. And one big trend going around right now, 2026 is apparently the new 2016. I'm sure you guys have seen this.
It flew that fast, though.
I can't believe it was 10 years ago. And so everybody's thinking back of what they were doing 10 or so years ago, because people are calling it the new 2016, right? You may have noticed them or even your family and friends sharing throwback photos on social media. Filters that were popular at the time, like the dog filter. We were talking about that this morning. So we decided to hop on the trend ourselves and share some of those photos from 2016. Here's me with my two sisters.
Look how little your sisters are.
I know. There's Lee.
With
Talking
the
about that.
dog.
The filter.
Yeah.
Who's
that.
got? There's
Oh,
Kelly.
me. Yeah.
Oh
So
my
pretty.
goodness. Is Cameron up next?
There
There he is. Yeah, the trend has been going viral with the hashtag 2016 garnering over 1.7 million posts on TikTok. Many partaking in the trend say life was simpler in 2016 and want to bring back the vibes of that year. In 2016, I was in college.
No bills.
Nope. No bills.
No bills.
I was playing soccer still. That summer, I went to see Drake and Future, the Summer 16 tour.
So
It's
jealous.
my first concert. Great concert. In Detroit, I went to go see it. What a life. Simple times.
I remember I went to so many sporting events in 2016. I went to the Guardians, their playoff game.
Okay.
And then they made the World Series that year, I believe so.
Okay. Were you at OU then?
I was at OU.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah.
I was 13 in 2016.
Now everybody feels dated
I
here.
just got Snapchat. I had to use the filters.
That filter was everywhere at that
Yeah,
time.
I remember that.
And you would open your mouth, I think the tongue would naturally
Yes.
come out too.
And it made the sound effect.
Yeah. Oh man, Snapchat. All right, Kelly.
You know what's crazy to me? It's like 2016 was 2 years ago. Like,
That's what it feels like. It felt like it was just
does
yesterday.
not feel like it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. What was 10 years ago for Kelly King?
I was here.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I don't remember what job I was doing since I've done every one of them.
Yeah, in some capacity, you're doing something. And now,
do weather,
10 years
too.
later.
No, thank you.
Yeah, right. 10
I'll
years
leave
later,
that to you.
everything is different now.
Yeah.
That's the crazy. Like I
Yeah.
think about where I was 10 years ago, and now I feel like I'm really living in answered prayers and dreams and all those things. But man, 10 years, it flies by. It's
Yeah.
cool, but it's also a little scary at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's why I said like it's like 2 years ago.
That's what I'm worried about the next 10 years. How much
Yeah.
faster is it going to go by than this
Yeah.
last
That's
10 years?
true. Yeah.
I think this trend is a good chance for us to all just take a second to live in the moment a little more, right? And just be grateful for the time that we have. Because as we know, it flies by.
It sure does fly by. And speaking of flying, they say opposites attract, but when traveling together, this could lead to conflict. That's why couples are practicing so-called airport divorces. The term means couples who temporarily split up after going through security to enjoy their own separate airport routines before reuniting on the plane. Maybe one person likes to shop, the other just wants to lounge at the bar. So airport divorce means instead of trying to change your partner's habits while traveling, you accept your differences and you just go your separate ways for a while. And airport divorce can mean traveling anywhere in the airport. So that's the unusual thing I feel like about this is, you know, it doesn't have to be all one person. You know, you can do your own separate things, meet up on the flight. So
That actually sounds like a great idea.
I mean,
especially
yeah.
because they have sports bars, you know, at some of the airports.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, my mom was never a big fan of the sports win. My dad and my stepdad had it on the TV, so I feel like I could probably relate.
You could get down.
Yeah.
We might find Cameron. That's
Yeah.
where Caleb would be. I do this though whenever I like traveling alone, and I also have TSA pre-check.
yeah.
And if you don't have TSA pre-check and you're traveling with me, I'll just see you at the gate. I'm not taking off my shoes. I'm gonna zip through security. I like traveling. I don't love the process of getting to the destination,
yeah.
if that makes sense. But traveling to the airport separate from someone would stress me out because one thing could, mess everything up.
Because that is one of the things with airport divorce, that you travel to the airport separately. If I'm traveling to the airport without somebody, I'm not making it to the airport.
And it's probably
I won't be on the flight. I'll miss the flight.
It's probably a great idea also because usually, it's a lot of stress going into
Yeah.
planning that trip. Just give yourself a little extra time, alone time before you guys, because you're going to spend that trip all together.
Unless you get split up on the plane. There's that. That could happen.
Yeah, I've never missed a flight.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, of
Hold on,
course.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
I don't think I have
Thank you,
either.
thank you.
I
There you
missed
go.
one.
Oh.
But the next one went out an hour later, but there was a thunderstorm in Orlando, so it was another 2 hours of
Eesh.
just sitting there in the plane.
Yeah, getting delayed is the worst. Now, I have cut it close. I was the last person when they did the last call. I sprinted through the Dallas airport because I took the tram the wrong way. That was a time. But yeah, I never missed a flight. I don't intend on starting. That is
Yeah.
why I think airport divorce to me works, because like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm going to be on that flight. If I pay my money, I'm going somewhere. I can't speak for everybody else. Caleb Michael's going to be on that plane.
I remember there was one time I was in the first boarding group and I carried on, because I almost always carry on, and they said that my carry-on was too big. And I had already traveled. This was my layover. So I had already traveled from one place to the
Oh,
other.
that would not make me happy.
So I had to sit there and empty out like my front pocket
On
of
your
my
carry-on.
suitcase of my carry-on when I had already made it from one destination to another.
Airlines can be real sticklers about
I was not happy. Haven't flown that airline since.
understandably so.
Yeah.
We won't say which one.
We won't say which one.
Okay.
Delta all the way.
Okay, we need some more opinions. When you go out to eat, do you order an appetizer? The new trend is people are only ordering appetizers, and some people are calling it the appetizer economy. A food service trend tracking company says appetizers are surging in popularity. Mozzarella sticks are up 36%, pickle chips up 33%, and jalapeno poppers are up 20%. Entrees and desserts are on the outs, and diners like appetizers order because they are often tied to drink specials.
Hey now.
Restaurants like selling them because they're more likely frozen and easier to make. I don't think desserts are like ever out though.
Personally, I would probably just go to fast food instead of going out and getting appetizers if I didn't have the money, you know?
Is this a cost-saving strategy for people? Is this why this trend is happening?
No. If they wanted to save money, they
no.
would just cook at home.
That's true.
Depending though, because I feel like, especially cooking for one person, there are times I almost feel that to make certain meals, it's cheaper just to go get it from somewhere.
I meal prep. I save my meals, so
See,
either I freeze it or I eat them all in a row.
Even meal prepping though, sometimes depending on which week, I still feel like if I'm staying at home making food, it's cheaper to just go get it sometimes.
I mean, I meal prep too. It's called Victor. Victor meal preps for me. Victor's
I
the
know,
cook
Chef
here.
Victor. Look, y'all should see some of the stuff Kelly brings in the mornings. I'm
I
like,
know, it's
I
really
I gotta
good.
find me a Victor or
a
something.
pizza frittata the other day. That was.
Pizza
So,
frittata.
so it's not true that Britons only eat beans on toast.
No, it is not true.
Okay.
Have you tried beans on toast?
No, I have not. Well, I had, so at in Enid, at the Last Queen, they have the full English breakfast. So they do have beans, but I don't remember it being on toast.
On the toast.
And they have,
So-
isn't it blood sausage too? Is it traditional?
That is a traditional thing, but I'm pretty sure, I don't think Victor likes that. So that's not like one of the good dishes.
Yeah,
Shepherd's pie is though. It's one of the sticky toffee pudding, which isn't a pudding. It's like an actual cake. That was amazing. Yes, the Last Queen has the best sticky toffee pudding.
I love some sticky toffee pudding.
So good.
Yeah, appetizers wise, now I want some mozzarella sticks or
Yeah.
pickle chips.
Yes, or jalapeno poppers are pretty good too.
Oh, those are good.
Buffalo
Calamari,
chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip is good too.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're all just hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving.
This is what we're getting to.
Well, how would you like to see the Earth from the window of the moon? One startup company is not only planning to build a lunar resort, they're even offering reservations for it. The company called Gru Space announced its intent of building a hotel on the moon. You can reserve a room for, get it guys, $1 million.
Wow.
Payment up front, of course. Company owner, 21-year-old Berkeley grad Skylar Chan, says construction is expected to begin in 2029, pending regulatory approval.
Oh, thank goodness. I have some time to plan.
Yeah.
That's
Time to
great.
save up.
Yeah.
How do you even get there?
Spaceship.
The only way.
That would be more than that has to be.
It's not a boat, not something like that.
Blast off.
It has to be more than $1 million for that.
That's true. This sounds like an out of this world experience.
Yeah, 21-year-old.
Wow,
That's
that-
high ambitions.
I will not be taking.
I'll be here all week. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you so much.
$1 million, look, it's no small price tag.
No, at all.
You can buy a whole house for that. Multiple houses.
Multiple
maybe
houses.
one and a half.
Maybe, maybe
we,
three.
we were talking about this recently, though, and saying people I feel like who have an excess amount of wealth, they tend to do things to really get their adrenaline going.
Yes.
We were talking about cave divers one day. They go into those small nooks and crannies, and they'll basically, it's uncharted though, which is what gets the adrenaline pumping. And I've always said that if, I ever had the, fortunate opportunity to become extremely wealthy, I would not be going to do that.
I would not be going to the moon. I would not be going to space.
Wouldn't jump out of a plane probably.
No.
Yeah, those
either.
people that are the cave divers, they're going through, they're like pushing their body against the wall. It's like, how does it not hurt?
Remember what happened with the submersible?
Oh, yep,
Imploded.
the mission,
Yeah.
it imploded. I mean, there's so many missions like that where people just, and so I guess what we're learning is, if you would like to go, we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us will be going.
No, I will
to
not
that,
be
though.
heading
No.
there.
I will say the hotel in and of itself, like just the hotel portion, looks kind of cool. I wish they could build that here on Earth.
Sure.
Yeah, just not for $1 million.
How are they going to build it?
Just not for $1 million price
Are they going to
tag.
get spacesuits for everyone to build it?
Make like
No,
a
it wouldn't
zero
be like-
gravity environment.
Yeah, or it wouldn't be necessarily like space,
Yeah.
but like just the architecture of it. It looked like a high-end luxury hotel.
You know what I do want to go to? I've seen underwater restaurants.
Yes.
With
That looks
that
fun.
scene
I would
now,
do that.
again,
Yeah.
still a little claustrophobic because pressure and it can cave in and
Yeah.
I'm just very big on why am I going to put myself in a situation where life could become very finite. I just why would I want to do that?
I guess if you have that money,
Yeah.
that's what people just do.
Caleb Michael is always going to choose life.
Yeah.
Get that on a t-shirt. Caleb Michael chooses life. All right, we'll be right back with more here on the Morning Brunch and a very special guest, one of the new faces here on the Channel 2 team. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Morning Brunch. I'm Kelly along with Caleb, and we are joined by our newest face of the 2 News team. We want to welcome Morgan Anderson. She will be our new weekend morning anchor. We want to welcome you to the team. Thanks, guys.
I'm happy to be here, excited to be on the Morning Brunch.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself to get to know you. I know you're from Ohio.
Yep. So, I am from Ohio. I actually grew up south of Columbus in Fairfield County in a super small town. And my family, we have a 7th generation cattle farm. So I am like a country girl at heart, if I'm being honest. And so I grew up in rural Ohio all my life. And so after that, I went to Ohio University to study journalism. So
Okay.
I just graduated last year.
Oh yeah.
OU, oh yeah.
All right, we're with
Go
the Gator.
Bobcat. We have plenty of those here in the newsroom. So I went to OU and I studied journalism, and I was really involved there. And then that led to, of course, my first job here as a weekend morning anchor and now an MMJ, so also a reporter. And now I'm excited to be in the area. I actually live in the northern part of the Miami Valley for this job. I live in Champaign County, and in true Morgan fashion, I live on another farm.
Okay.
We have about a 5-acre farm, and we just have, occasionally we'll have cattle, and right now we have some pigs and some rabbits. So safe to say, it's popping at home.
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
You'll be doing some agriculture stories then.
Yes. So initially, when I was brought in, I was like, listen, I'm a country girl at heart. Like, this is it's genuinely what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And it's something to me that I'm just naturally more in tune with. I know what's going on. And so I'm excited to bring that here to Channel 2, because a lot of our broader coverage area really is the rural.
area, sure.
Yeah.
It is. It's the rural Miami Valley. I mean, we're looking at one of the top agricultural producing areas of the state, and so I'm really excited to cover that. And so I know a few of the stories that I've been out on, I've been telling people like, hey, let me know what's going on in the rural parts, because I really do want to cover those. And I think that we as a station, we're excited to expand that coverage area too.
Yeah, I think you bring such a unique expertise to the team. Talk to us about this. What was it like growing up on the farm and doing the chores and things? You say you still do some of them on the farm you live on now.
Yeah, so my family, we had an organic dairy farm, and then about 12 years ago, we switched to just beef cattle, just with a shift in the industry. And if you work in agriculture, you know that all too well, how you have to always be adapting, always finding ways to change. So ours is a family farm. It's 7 generations, which is really long.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen by accident. And so, you know, I remember growing up, like, for example, we are a family farm. So we would occasionally off and on have about one farmhand. But like, for example, my uncle, like, he never came on any of our vacations because someone had to milk the
Always
dairy
stay
cows.
Stay
on the
behind.
Right?
farm.
It doesn't
Wow.
matter if it's Christmas Day, someone has to milk the cows.
Yeah.
Now, granted, when you switch into beef cattle, it can become a little more low maintenance in that sense. But, you know, life doesn't stop when you have plans. And so granted, now in Champaign County with the small farm, we have like before and after work, I'm taking care of animals and
Oh
we're
my
doing
goodness.
that. And, you know, we're cleaning out barns on our weekends
Oh
and
my
we're going to
gosh.
sales. But, you know, for me, like, I love that.
Yeah.
So it kind of like grounds you. And I
Sure.
also think it gives you like a deeper purpose in a way. So, you know, although it has its things, I honestly enjoy that kind of lifestyle.
So you love that, but what else do you love to do for fun?
Yeah, I really love like health and movement.
Okay.
So I'm really into cycling, like whether that's outdoors or indoors.
You a Peloton person?
I am.
Okay.
okay.
I was
do.
curious.
Yeah, I'm a Peloton person, hardcore. I
Good
just
deal.
got one before I moved.
Nice.
And so you can catch me doing that like every night.
Okay.
I'm always on the Peloton. Love reading, friends and family always. I love to travel.
Yeah.
That's always really fun. I've been to a few countries.
Like where? What's your favorite?
I went to Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm sure.
And I got to do in true Morgan fashion. I went on some farm tours when I was there. It was just fascinating.
Understandable. It's probably interesting to see how different
Yeah.
countries handle their agriculture, things of that
Absolutely.
nature.
Yeah, how different is Japan from here?
Well, if you think about this, so Japan is an island, so we're looking at drastic amount of imports, whereas in the United States, we're kind of the inverse of that. We
Right.
export a lot of our
Yeah.
products at the same time. And when I visited Japan and I met with those Japanese farmers, it kind of reinforced this idea that the U.S.-Japan relationship that we have is very strong,
Yeah.
like more than ever. Because also at the same time, in America, I could wake up tomorrow and say, I want to be a farmer. And
Right.
sure, it's going to be hard. I'll probably
Yeah.
have to take out some loans, that sort of thing. But really, we live in an entrepreneurial country in that sense where I could just do it.
Yeah.
Whereas in Japan, like how I would have to go to school to be a journalist or a doctor or whatever, they have to do that to be a farmer.
Wow.
Interesting.
So their farming population is very old, and then you also have to decide that at a young age. And so they
It's probably a lifelong commitment
it
as well.
is. It is. And so they have a very declining farming population, like of people who can do it. So a lot of farms are just getting turned over. So reinforcing the need for that American relationship. So I'm a nerd. Can you tell?
Listen, all right, no, that's a good perspective to bring. You've been here, this is second week.
Yep, second week.
Okay, and you'll be transitioning onto the weekend mornings soon.
Yep.
Are you ready for the early mornings?
You know, I think, yes. I'm just growing up, like, I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing dayside, so in TV talk, that's like a 9:30 to 6:30 here at the
Sure.
station, right? You're here for like a work day.
Sure.
And like to me, that's nothing. Like that's pretty normal. So, you know, yes, I'm driving to work at like in the middle of the night, which
Right.
is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But no one's on the road.
Because no one's on the
That will
roads.
be that.
You
is the
guys
good
understand
part.
that.
Yes.
It's like no one's on
Yep.
the roads.
Yep.
You kind of get there a
quiet.
little quicker, like you can shave some time off. So I'll probably eat my words in like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a
but-
coffee person?
Yes.
Good. Because you're going to need
I'll
it.
say one of the same right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink. We're like polar opposites in that regard. I don't drink any caffeine.
And you do this job?
I do. But
How
I
does
have
that work?
I have a very, very strict. I always tell people, I think mornings, this shift is the best shift in the business, but you have to make it work. So like I kind of split my schedule. I nap, so I have a very, very strict like sleep routine during the week, and I
Really?
really do not waver from it.
Do you split? So you split your sleep?
Yeah, so I usually try to sleep from somewhere between like 12 and 3 o'clock. I try to sleep for, an hour and a half, up to 2 hours. And then I go to bed about 8 o'clock is like the latest when we clicking the lights off.
Kelley, what do you do?
I don't split my sleep. I go to bed at about 10:30.
And then what time
I
do you wake
don't
up?
recommend.
Yeah,
So,
like I said,
okay.
I was like, whoa.
I do not recommend. This is your advice
Okay,
for the
all right.
morning shift.
This
I
is
do
us.
not
But again,
recommend. I'm
two people-
an anomaly here.
Right, okay.
So
You're seasoned.
I drink a lot of coffee. There's a lot of concealer here. So
But we both make it work, and I
yeah.
think that is the big thing. Like you will find what works for you. But again, I think mornings are the best because yes, you start very early, but you have the whole rest of the day ahead
That's
of you.
true. And then
Yeah.
you get to see sunlight. It's like winter time. That is kind of the hard part, like coming home and it's dark outside, because then you just want to like
Yeah.
do nothing. And I'm like, well, I can't do nothing.
Well, you will be when you work the morning shift.
That's
You'll be
true.
going to bed.
That's true. That
Yeah.
is true. That is extremely true. So I'm really excited to be on that team. Honestly, they've just done a really great job training me up, making me feel comfortable and confident. And so, give me some grace as I start out, but I'm definitely excited to get going there.
Have you gotten out to kind of explore the Miami Valley any?
I am familiar, like I said, it's kind of odd. I'm probably the inverse of a lot of our folks here. I know a lot of our rural areas
Okay.
and have been there
Yeah.
because I live there,
Sure.
right? And I drive around there. My friends are there. It's like inner city Dayton that I don't know. Like
Okay.
I'm open to recommendations on
Sure.
like events, coffee shops.
You have to go to the Oregon District. There's
Yes.
a bunch of good restaurants
Okay.
down
Great
there.
restaurants.
And
Yeah,
they're
give me-
all like centralized.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
5th Street in the Oregon District.
We both love Thai Nine.
Thai Nine,
That's one of my
alright.
favorite restaurants in Dayton. But there's a ton of good food places.
Okay.
Whatever you're looking for, you can
You'll
find
find it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that'd be fun for like a date night spot or like a girls' night out, like coming in, because obviously I'm in the country.
Yeah.
What, we go to Kroger on Friday night?
Yeah.
That gets a little old. So I'm definitely open to recommendations.
Do you have any places that you do go in the country that, on a regular basis?
Yeah, so, I spend a lot of time outside just with our farm and doing that sort of thing, but we've gotten really involved in our community. Like, for example, the school that's next to us, like, we like to volunteer there, whether that's
Nice.
with coaching or their FFA chapter, that sort of thing. Really, we'll go into Columbus for certain things
Okay.
just because I don't know
Sure.
the Dayton area super well, because I grew up south of Columbus.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll often go into like Dublin, that sort of area. But that's why I'm open to recommendations, because
Okay.
I really don't know.
Okay, we've got plenty, especially as the weather warms
Yes.
up. Because you started with, of course, at the coldest time of
I
year,
know.
as
Yeah.
you know. But in the summertime, there are so many things to do. Well, there's, especially downtown, there are
There's so many festivals
and
and-
markets
Okay.
and races
Concerts?
and there's concerts.
Okay.
You can go to the Phrase in
Phrase.
Kettering. They
Yeah.
have some pretty big artists that come through as well. So there's a plethora of things to do. Do you know your debut date?
Debut? Oh, yes. Should I share it?
Yes,
I'll
go
share
ahead.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can catch me on this Saturday. Kayla Ferris will be handing over the anchor desk at the end of the Saturday show.
Okay.
So that'll be the end of the 7 a.m. Cast. And then on Sunday,
On Sunday.
you'll be
okay.
stuck with me.
Sundays,
Wow.
and then Kayla will transition off.
So
Okay.
Kayla.
Going night side.
Yep, she's going night
Okay.
side, so she'll be your weekend evening anchor with Sartaj. So
Okay.
that'll be a great team. I got big shoes to fill. Like, I'm feeling it. I'm like, sheesh, I got shoes to fill. They've definitely left me with a good spot to walk into. So
Good.
I'm excited to hopefully keep that momentum going as
You're
I
gonna
get comfortable.
do great.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kelley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you on the team and have you bring a fresh perspective
Sure.
to our team.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna do great work. Yeah, I mean, we've met before. I think I met you when you interviewed.
I think so.
Yeah, very briefly.
You know what? Newsrooms, everyone's like coming
Yeah.
and going.
Sure.
And
Yep.
so I came in for a station visit. That's pretty common practice. And
Yeah.
so I think I met both of you, but
I remember I met
yes,
you. Yeah.
I
we
never
were in the
assumed,
studio.
because
Yeah.
like there are so many moving pieces. I'm like, I'm Morgan. I don't know if you remember me, but I was here in November. And so great memory. Thanks, guys.
Good deal. But no, we're excited to have you on the team. You're going to do some great work. Again, giving us perspective on things that we maybe don't touch on as much as we possibly could. But yeah, you'll have some fun doing it. So I think you're going to do a great job.
Thanks. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Got a great team. Very
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah. Well, give her a shout out to watch it. Can they catch you on social media?
Yeah, catch me on social
Okay.
media. Look up my name.
All right.
You'll find me.
All right. Well, watch for her on our weekend morning show. And then we hope you join us next week for another episode of The Morning Brunch. Take care.